What's up, Texas Rangers fans? Welcome back to another video on the Texas Rangers Report. And the news and rumors for the Rangers are not stopping, even with the lockouts. It's December 1st right now, and obviously I don't think we're getting a deal done today between the owners and the players. So most likely the lockout's going to be starting tomorrow, and still the rumors are coming in for the Rangers. First off, IKF to the New York Yankees, and the second one is Matt Olson, the first baseman in our own division, to the Texas Rangers. So let me break this down, make some sense out of it, and let's just see what we can comprehend. So first off, IKF to the Texas Rangers. IKF to the New York Yankees. So let's just break this down. So obviously we signed Seager to play shortstop. Obviously IKF is the better defender, but Seager is just the better player overall. Let's not think about this one too much. And we signed Seager to 10 years, so IKF isn't going to play shortstop anymore. And then on the other side of the diamond, where IKF could play at second base, the Rangers signed Semien to a 7-year deal, and IKF is obviously not as good as Semien, and IKF does have a good glove, but Semien won a Gold Glove at second base as well. Okay, so you could go play him at third base, but we do have Josh Young, and honestly, I'd rather see Josh Young play third base instead of IKF, and we know what we would be getting with IKF most likely. And we saw this last offseason with Elvis. Elvis obviously isn't the best shortstop anymore. We knew what we were going to get from him: solid defense, a little below average offense, but he still had a trade market, because there's teams that lose out on those top shortstops, and the Oakland Athletics probably were never in contention last year to get a shortstop, so they were willing to trade for Elvis. And then you look at a guy like Izzy, a really good defender, doesn't have it with the bat, but he's still one of the better shortstops in the league. And then a team like the Yankees are apparently out on some of the top shortstops. It's really interesting how the tables have turned for them after they're interested in mainly everybody. I heard they're interested in Semien, Story, Correa, Seager, and now it seems like they don't want to sign any of those guys. It seems like they might want to have a stopgap, a cheap stopgap, until Anthony Volpe gets to the big leagues. So there could be a market for Isiah Kiner-Falefa, although maybe it's going to be open to more than just the New York Yankees. So we'll just have to see how this turns out, because it's going to be tough to get IKF into the lineup. Maybe you do play him at left field. That could be an option. But also you have to think about our young prospects as well. Justin Foscue, Ezekiel Duran, Josh Smith, Luis Angel Acuna. Those type of guys, it's going to be tough for them to crack into the big leagues whenever it's time for them as well, because of all these big contracts. So what would a trade look like to the New York Yankees for IKF? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know what IKF's value looks like. I think for a prospect-wise, it could command somebody a middle-tier, upper-tier prospect. But the Rangers will probably be looking for a major league talent. So I don't know about that. But I think there could be a market, and should be interesting to see how this all unfolds. But I don't think a trade will happen before the lockout. And going to the Matt Olson side of things, this is interesting. I don't know if a trade will get done this offseason with the Rangers. I think there's other more first base needy teams, and I don't know if this will be too premature for the Rangers after these two free agent signings of Semien and Seager. If it'd be too premature to go after Olson. I mean, they already have Nate Lowe, but maybe, just maybe, you could throw in Nate Lowe and IKF into a deal, and a prospect like Davis Wenzel. Would that get a deal done? I don't know. But something to think about, because Olson is, if not one of the best first basemen in the league, gets it done on both sides of the ball. And you have him for this year and arbitration next year as well. He's roughly going to get like $12 million this year, so that would be upping the salary. However, it's cheaper than going after like a Nick Castellanos, who's going to want at least $20 million a year. So it's super interesting. I'll keep you updated, because Like, they could swing a trade today with either of these guys, either of these ball clubs. I don't think they will, so I'll keep you updated throughout the off season. So make sure to like and subscribe to this channel, and I will keep you covered all off season long. Because the Rangers, I think they will be active in the trade market because I have heard, like, Chris Young, John Daniels said they are gonna look for trades. Doesn't mean they will trade. But after this news, I think they will look to make a trade, and there is going to be more free agent signings. Believe me on that. So with that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.